Hello friends, too soon the list of 7 wonders of the world has been compiled because apart from those great structures of architecture there are also beautiful objects on Earth like Grand Canyon, Victorias, waterfalls and more. Scientists still puzzle over how some places could have been formed in a natural way. As you already understood from the title, we will talk about 10 unusual places on the planet that science cannot illuminate. Number 10 is the sleepy village of Kalacha. The inhabitants of the village of Kalacha in Kazakhstan were recently affected by a very strange epidemic. Residents of this village can literally fall asleep out of the blue, even while walking down the road. For that reason, they also suffer from memory loss, fatigue and hallucinations. It is remarkable that this phenomenon affects men and women of all ages. Government of Kazakhstan. She recommended the evacuation of residents from the village. Scientists still cannot figure out the exact cause of this phenomenon. According to one theory, the inhabitants of the Kalacha village are suffering from radioactive poisoning. Generally, due to radiation, there is a uranium mine near the village. Blood tests of the villagers disproved this theory. No trace of radiation was found in their blood. Remarkably, the residents of the neighboring village do not suffer from sleeping sickness, despite being close to the mines. Number 9. Thai sound. Can a low-frequency, humming, buzzing sound from an unidentifiable source drive you mad or out of control? You've all heard this sound. For example, the lawnmower is running in the distance or when the TV malfunctions. Until we find and eliminate the source of the noise, it will feel like your brain is eating you from the inside. It is generally not a pleasant feeling. Fortunately, such cases are rare, but imagine all the pain and dissatisfaction of the residents of Taos. Cities located in the state of New Mexico. Since the early 1990s, many residents of this city have complained that they constantly hear a low-frequency hum. This sound can be heard all over the city, literally driving the locals crazy. For 20 years, scientists tried to find out the source of the sound, but all their attempts did not lead to any results. Number 8. Mysterious circles in Namibia. This unusual phenomenon occurs in the Namibian steppes of southern Africa. It consists of circles, trampled into the grass, which are repeated at regular intervals. The shape of these circles is almost perfect. Their diameter ranges from 3 to 20 meters. Scientists not only can they not explain the reason for the formation of these circles, but also why they are circles and not some other geometric object. Nothing grows in these circles, so scientists began to form theories based on this fact. All their guesses and theories failed. For example, in 2013, the ecologist Norbert Jurgens came up with the opinion that the circles could have been caused by termites, but in 2015, the biologist Walter Single conducted an experiment that disproved Jurgens' owl speculation. Number 7. Boiling river deep in the jungle, the Amazons. The Chananha River flows typical 6.5 kilometers long. Shanghai differs from all other rivers on Earth in that it has a very high temperature. Any animal that enters it will be boiled alive. First, the animal's eyes run out, and as it is excruciatingly painful for them, they cannot swim to escape. They begin to drown and swallow the boiling water. As a result, it literally boils. It is very difficult. The average temperature of the river reaches 91 degrees Celsius. Scientists do not understand this phenomenon, because the water temperature is usually observed in rivers that flow near volcanoes, but the nearest volcano is located at a distance of 700 kilometers. Scientists assume that the mountain spring gushing from the bottom of the river spot the fault line mixes with the water Shanghai atypically and heats it, making the river a natural geothermal system. As a result, such a natural phenomenon. Number 6. Star lens lights appeared almost every night. Residents of the Norwegian Star Valley are only observing a mysterious phenomenon. Scientists are lost in guesswork. At night, bright dancing lights appear in the sky above the valley, flickering, changing shape, and then disappearing into the next night. Scientists have been studying this phenomenon in vain for several decades since the discovery of the lights. In the 1930s, residents began to form different ideas and theories. According to one, the strange lights in the sky appear due to the fact that the lake in the valley is radioactive, releasing radon particles into the atmosphere, which decay in the sky and create bright flashes. According to another theory, the lights appear in the sky because the ground in Hz-Dahlan is full of sulfuric acid. According to cheese scientists, Inter reacts with water. As a result, development sparks appear in the sky. The efforts of scientists to find out The exact cause of this reaction was futile, they failed. Number 5. The endless storm. In western Venezuela, a storm rages over the Cauca Turbo River. It never stops. The storm starts every day at 7 p.m. and lasts for 10 hours. This phenomenon repeats every year for 260 days. Nobody knows. According to the main theory of lightning, the exact reason for this natural phenomenon is somehow related to the uranium in the nearby swamps. Although scientists are not sure. According to the scientists' version, the lightning in the Catatumbo occurs due to the peculiar shapes of the mountains over which it collides. Currents of warm mountain wind and cold from the Andes. The winds then quickly combine to vaporize the mountain river with creamy gas from nearby oil fields. As a result, thunderstorms begin, but this is not the final version, because datum bow lightning is much more mysterious than it seems. For example, on one day in 2010, the storm inexplicably ended earlier than usual. It would seem that there will be no more storms, but after 6 weeks on the executioners they shined again. Another one in the sky. Since then, this phenomenon has been repeated regularly. Number 4. The moving cave. In the southeast of Romania, there is a cave hidden from the light and the outside world for 5.5 million years. The atmosphere in it is fundamentally different from the earthly cave. By chance, the workers who were installing the power plant at this site while testing the soil accidentally discovered a passage that leads to one of the most mysterious places on the planet. Do you go through this entrance, which is a narrow shaft? You can get to a series of tunnels where you will come out into a room full of sulfuric acid. The air in the cave is toxic due to the large amount of hydrogen sulfide. The level of pollution here is thousands of times higher than the level of pollution on the surface of the Earth. But the strangest thing is that there is an entire ecosystem in the cave. The representatives were able to adapt to life in sulfuric acid. Scientists discovered 33 species of new organisms in the moving cave that do not exist anywhere else but in this cave. These organisms are believed to have survived by feeding on the foam that forms. On the rocks in moving cave number 3, a double Saz Arco tree in the Piedmont region of Italy. There is one unusual place in Italy where a cherry grows that looks similar to other healthy cherries. In addition to growing from a different mulberry tree, in fact, this phenomenon sometimes occurs in different parts of the world. It happens that one tree grows into another parasitic tree, but in all cases the parasitic trees are small, stunted. A rapidly withering double tree in Casco, Italy consists of 2 full-size healthy trees. Each one spreads branches up to 5 meters wide. No one knows how this phenomenon could have arisen. Number 2. Lake Karachay. In the Soviet Union there were many nuclear facilities. Many of them dangerous and poorly leveled. Near one of these sites is Lake Karachay. It is located in the Chelyabinsk region. This lake contains more radioactive materials than anywhere else in the world. It is so dangerous that you can die within an hour. If you stand next to that lake, the region around the Karachay Lake is more radioactive than Chernobyl. In 19157, an accident at a nuclear power plant near Kara-T caused an explosion, as a result of which radioactive particles were thrown into a radius of 1,000 kilometers. Based on this, it was decided to water the lake. Concrete and avoid disaster, but even so, the area is still dangerous, unstable and polluted. Number 1. Devil's Kettle Waterfall. The waterfall, amusingly called the Devil's Kettle in Minnesota, represents one of the most mysterious places on Earth. It is interesting because it drains the Brew River and at a certain point it splits into 2 streams. One stream leads directly to the upper lake and 2. It is not clear where. Scientists have not been able to find out exactly where this stream ends and where the water sinks. Scientists tried to add color to the water to keep track of which part of the stream would eventually be dyed, but the attempt was futile. According to the laws of physics, water must fall somewhere. Water flows can be tracked even if they pass underground. However, the laws of physics do not seem to work in the case of this waterfall. It is not clear what is the reason for this phenomenon. Maybe they are aliens or parallel universes. In general, one can only guess which of these places you found the most interesting and magical. Write your comment. If you're interested, press like, subscribe to the channel and turn on the bell so you don't miss the best.